Hello Gemini, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Gemini for the week of March 28th. Now Gemini, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now Gemini, I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a message from someone, that is not me, that's someone impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. Please do not get scammed. I also do exclusive content on my Instagram. So if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. But with all that said, let's go ahead and see what we have here for you, Gemini. Now, yes, I will be back with my normal deck of cards in the future, but I felt inspired to use the Rider-Waite Tarot for this week. And also, it looks better on this wood grain background. Do hit the subscribe button and like. Both actions really help my channel grow in a big way. And if you do subscribe, you'll get weekly, monthly, and bonus content from me. So, all right, let me make sure we're all set up and in view here. Let me put the deck up here and let's go ahead and get into it here, Gemini. So we potentially have your energy here in the middle showing up prominently. Actually, your energy might be on the board twice here with the King and the Queen of Swords. In fact, you do have that combination as a counterpart showing up in the tarot, and so perhaps there is a meeting of the minds, there's a meeting of air signs here between you and another person. This could certainly be something that blossoms into a long-term relationship for some of you. Kind of just giving my just giving my opening thoughts here. If you're single, there could certainly be someone available to you. Should say that. But there's also a family situation here that's showing up pretty heavily on the board. And so we'll go into that a little bit more, but right away in the middle, we have this King of Swords. So the King of Swords is a card that really comes forward when, you're looking to create or maintain authority over a situation. Some of you may be, I don't know, there's this word around control, and I have to say the devil energy here in the past is about control as well. So there is something about control showing up here, Gemini. The reality is, Gemini, that you cannot control the outcome of everything, okay? Even as a tarot reader, right? I don't know the all possible outcomes to everything. I can't know the answer to everything, right? I can't control the outcome. And so there is something about control that's coming in here. In the shadow, the King of Swords may be somebody who has an abuse of power or is maybe a little bit domineering. So can the Empress, actually, very interestingly enough, can be a little bit domineering, especially with their children, for both signs, for both cards, really, with the Empress and the King of Swords. So if you're somebody who has children, there may be a little bit a need for you to let go a little bit here and let go of control. I don't know why, I'm just feeling like that message may hit somebody that needs to hear it. I don't think you're all going to be dealing with that. Not all of you have children, but that's just something that's coming in. This could also, the King of Swords could be somebody who's a subject matter expert. And so some of you may be looking to acquire new knowledge, acquire new skills, something like that. Now in the past, you have the Devil and the Empress. So the Devil here is, the Devil can come forward when there are issues around power and control in your life. This person is this card really comes forward when there's an expose of our shadows, right? This is a card of our shadows. This is something that we need to work through in this lifetime. None of us are perfect. We all have that one thing or some things, right, that we need to work through, right? We all sign a contract with the universe when we decide to incarnate here on planet Earth. At least that's what I believe. You have to kind of believe in that spiritual message. There is a book that I feel like recommending to some of you called Why We Are Born, I believe is what it's called. It's about the Akashic Records. You may want to just search Why We Are Born. I think that's what it's called. And then you may want to put Akashic Records next to it as well. There could be a message in that book for you, but it talks about contracts that we sign. It talks about the contracts that we sign before we come into Earth, which is a very interesting way of looking at it. And it's referred to it refers to the Akashic record and stuff. I don't know why, I just feeling like saying that. You have this Empress card as well, which is the mother archetype. So this could represent your mother, it could represent you being a mother, anything like that. There is something around that coming forward for some of you Geminis here. The Empress is also a major card of abundance in that it is Venus energy. Venus is the planet of beauty and love, but it's also the planet of luxury, wealth, abundance, the fine things in life, that type of energy. And so I'll be interested to see how we clarify these cards here of control issue, maybe power and control, also abundance, mother energy. Now in the future, you have the Ten of Cups and the Queen of Swords. Is your mother a Gemini? I wonder if your mother's also a Gemini, or an air sign. I feel like I'm talking to some mothers here for some reason. I do feel like that may be coming forward for some of you. The reason being is this Ten of Cups can represent family energy. It's a very, very good card to find. It is a major blessing when you get the Ten of Cups. It is the last card in the suit of cups, indicating that you've reached the end of the rainbow here, and there's presumably some type of reward of happiness. The reward of happiness is available to you when you get the Ten of Cups card. You can see here that this family, they own the home behind them in the background. And so this is also about abundance. It's not just about happiness, it's about abundance through happiness as well, and abundance just generally. And so it is a very good sign to get the Ten of Cups in any reading. You do have it with the Queen of Swords. It may mean that there's good healing between you and your mother. I don't know why I keep feeling that. Or there's a good situation between you and your mother in some ways. If that's not resonating at all, this is your energy showing up here as well with this Queen of Swords. And then going back to what I was talking about when I with my opening messages, there is a counterpart available here for you with the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, counterparts in the tarot. And so there's also potentially, if you're single here and you're in, like, let's say you're not a mother or you're just single, the reward for some of you could be a long-term partner or a long-term union with somebody in the future. That could certainly be coming in as well. But I feel like there is something around working through these control issues for you to really welcome that in to the highest ability. Let's go ahead and move up the pyramid here. Okay, wow. So you have the world, some big themes I have to say that are coming forward. You have the Four of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. Okay. So taking a look here on this reading, there is absolutely, I am also, not only am I talking to some mothers, but I'm also talking to some just single Geminis here. There is someone coming in here with this Page of Cups. If you are ready for that, if that's something that you want, that's available 100%. You may even, in this week, maybe into April, timing's very hard. Timing may vary for some of you, but there is certainly someone here with this Page of Cups. You can see this person's making a love offer, or the Page of Cups can also be like crush energy as well. Like, so you may discover that someone's interested in you, for sure, in this week. And I like that it's also with this Ace of Swords. So you actually have a lot of air energy here with the King and the Queen of Swords, and then the Ace of Swords as well. Tons of air energy showing up. Could be two air signs coming together. And remember that, with that, just know that their sun sign might be something different. And they may have like an air rising sign, or they may have an air Venus, or whatever the case may be, which is, by the way, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. And so they could have air pretty heavily in their chart. I do feel like that. Now, for others of you here, there is some level of there's certainty on the board with the world. The world brings something that is certain into your life. You can be certain to complete something with the world because it is the last card of the major arcana. It does say that you have summited the world, you have summited the mountain, and you are being given some type of success here at this time. The Four of Pentacles talks about, the Four of Pentacles is about maybe needing to hold on to resources. You can see that this person here is holding on to their pentacle extremely tightly. This can come forward when somebody's interested in budgeting, but it can also come forward when someone's afraid of losing money. So, you have this major energy here of abundance with the Empress, but you also have this energy here of losing something potentially, or being worried that you're losing something, or worried that you're losing out on something. Anything like that can be showing up here for you at this time. With this energy. And so cycles did come to an end, though. For some sort of cycle did complete here. I want to see what that might be. I'm still a little bit unclear. There are a few messages, as you can tell, that are coming forward. So moving up the pyramid, you have the Magician, you have the Four of Swords, and you have the Page of Swords. Okay, so Gemini. The Magician is also Mercury energy. So the Magician, Mercury is your communication. It is the planet of communication. You may want to look at your Mercury placement. I don't know why, for whatever reason. I'm getting like very specific recommendations in this reading for whatever reason. If you have that information, it may be helpful for you. But regardless, the Magician is about manifesting something. It's about taking action on a manifestation. It's not only having the idea and being an idea person, but also literally connecting on that idea. So for some of you, with the World and the Magician and the Devil, it's almost like you may be trying to force something to happen here, or in the past you may have forced. The reason I'm getting force is because of this Devil card, which, remember, power and control, forcing. Some of you may have tried to force something to happen in the past with the Magician, the World, and the Devil. And I feel like some of you came to the understanding that it was going to get completed anyway. Like there was no need to force something because all along it was going to come to completion anyway. So it is an interesting message. You do have this Four of Swords here as well, which can talk about healing from heartbreak or healing from a situation. It's interesting. You do have this person coming in for many of you, especially if you're single Gemini here. But it's almost like for some of you, you've had to release the past heartbreak, release the past pain in your life in order to bring this person in. I definitely feel like that may resonate with some of you. Page of Swords, another air sign coming in. I'm not really getting disappointing news here at all. I'm getting like a very heavy air presence on the board, a very heavy air energy. Let's see what else we have. Okay, so you have the Tower. Okay, and you have the Nine of Pentacles. So I do not read reversals if this is your first time here watching me. So it's clear that you had this revelation in the past. The Tower is actually a blessing in disguise. You can notice here on the Tower, there are no doors, right? This Tower card does not have any doors on it, the Tower here. And so these people are falling from the Tower after the lightning strikes, but it's actually a blessing in disguise because it provides them with a path out of the Tower. It provides them with a path out of the prison that they put themselves in. So it would be wise for you to view the Tower as a blessing in disguise. This is also a sudden revelation in your life. You realize that controlling something, trying to force something to happen doesn't necessarily work. And I think some of you have realized that the outcome was going to be there anyway. The outcome was certain and there was no need to force something. The Nine of Pentacles is about your financial independence. It's one of the better cards of abundance because this person has grown a bush here in the background that provides them with pentacles, but you can see there's also fruit on the bush. And so it also provides them with something that sustains their life. And so it's really nice energies of abundance. Food is abundance. And so, that's certainly potentially available to you here in the future. Let's see what's at the top of the pyramid. Well, you have the King of Wands. For some of you, there's an additional income stream coming in. This may be a side hustle. King of Wands is a classic entrepreneur in the tarot. It's also somebody who typically works their dream job or works hard to get their dream job or works hard to be in a job that they love to be in. You'll never find the King of Wands in a job that they don't like. So, for some of you here, that's certainly showing up pretty heavily on this reading. And I feel like this is coming forward as an additional income stream. I don't know why, that's very specific. You also have this Temperance card, which is Sagittarius, but this is also a card of healing. This is also a card of balance, of harmony, and it does bring in a soulmate into your life, but the Temperance card will only give you that soulmate if you do the things that you need to do to balance yourself out. And so for you, it's around controlling an outcome here with the Devil. And I also think that that's potentially not only bringing a soulmate, but it's also maybe bringing an income stream in for some of you. So thank you so much for being here. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you in the next reading.